See, if you live a very interesting life, somebody may write a book about you. That book is for somebody else to read, not for you, isn't it? So when you're here alive, if you want to know the nature of this life, should you turn inward or read a book? What do you think? Because books are written by human beings. Well, people claim they were written by gods, maybe guided by somebody, but still written by human beings. After all, language and alphabet is written by human beings, let's be straight about this. Maybe inspired, maybe guided, but still written by human beings. If you want, you hold a quiz right now. About the last 1 hour I spoke, what is it that I spoke about? You will see there'll be 300 different opinions. Yes. It is not by intent, it is just the way human mind is made. So whatever Krishna said, do you believe it's come to you just the same way? No. Everybody has done little. Above all, what Krishna said, you did not hear, right? Only Arjuna heard. Overheard by Sanjaya, who is a king's servant. He goes and tells the blind man, who is still troubling us. I mean to say, this Dhritarashtra syndrome is still going on. My son is best, no matter what. So, it is from this source you have known. After Kurukshetra, Arjuna lived for another 36 years and ruled the country. Never once he spoke what Krishna told him, because he understood he is not competent to interpret what Krishna said, because it changed the fundamentals of who he is, whatever that was. Whatever that was that Krishna said changed the fundamentals of who this man is experientially. So he thought he is not competent to share this with anybody. Never once is there anywhere a mention of Arjuna sitting down and giving a talk to anybody, because he did not. This is a wise man. But the servant who overheard, he came and spoke. When I say a servant, I'm not saying it in a derogatory way. What I am saying is, see, if your wife sees something on the street and comes and tells you, she will of course add her opinion into it. You can't stop her from that. If your son comes and tells you something, he will add his little bit into it. But a king's servant is trained never to add his opinion into it. He is supposed to just report the fact. Let us assume that's what he did. It is like, see, Krishna carefully cultivated an intimacy with Arjuna where they were the best of friends together. They spent long time together because probably he's seeing him as a potential, so he's spending so much time with him and held a very deep bond. In spite of that, he could not speak to him all his life. He had to get him to that extreme situation. The most extreme situation that human beings can go through is a war, isn't it? Life or death every moment. In that extreme situation, see, it is not happening in the pristine jungles of India, not happening in a quiet, nice ashram. It is happening in the battlefield. Because Krishna saw, unless you take him to the brink of life, he will not get it. Most people suddenly become very spiritual and philosophical when somebody around them suddenly dies. Have you noticed this? What is there? This life comes and goes, but rest of the time they're going around as immortals. So he took them to that place where it's death, death, death hanging all over the place. Because it's only when you remind a human being of their mortality do they come to their senses, unfortunately. When they forget that they're mortal, they have so much psychological silly dramas going on in their head. When they realize they're mortal, suddenly they become life-focused. So he took him to a war zone, where now it is going to burst open and it's going to be slaughter. Not necessarily you're going to kill, you can also be killed. So at that moment, he transforms his life somehow. It is like two lovers are sitting and talking. Maybe for somebody else who is looking at it, looks like a quarrel, and he goes and reports a quarrel. I'm saying that's how it is, with all due respect to all the great books in the world. I'm saying there may be many nuggets of wisdom and fantastic things in that, but I want you to give this much. This book was written by the Creator himself. This cannot be wrong, isn't it? You just have to learn to read it. Are you literate, is the question. You're only literate to read the other books, other people's books. This fundamental book of life which is right here, everything you want to know about life is here or no? Because this is life, isn't it? Is it not true? Everything that you need to know about life is here. But have we taken time to read it? Did somebody even inculcate that possibility that you could read it? No, bits and pieces, somebody is studying bits and pieces of your body under the microscope, and every 2 years they come up with a new solution. If you are coming up with a new solution every 2 years, obviously you never understood the problem. Yes or no? So, there's nothing wrong with the books, but today books have become a problem. Your book versus my book is killing so many people. Too many people have died on this planet because my book is superior to your book. It'll be good to keep the books down for some time, close your eyes, just know that you're mortal. Today, if all of us go to bed, by tomorrow morning, nearly 250,000 people won't wake up. Natural death in the world. Suppose you wake up tomorrow, you guaranteed? Have you come with a guarantee card? No guarantee card. So suppose you wake up, let's say. Just do this much, I'm telling you, this is a simple first step to your spiritual process. Tomorrow morning, when you come awake, check, you really awake or you dead? If you're awake, it needs at least a little celebration. You don't have to get up and dance, at least you can smile, still on. 250,000 people died. They were like you and me, poof, they went off, isn't it? Wherever you look, they're not there. Here I am still, alive. One big smile, will you? I'm talking management, you know. Then if 250,000 people died, at least 3 to 5 million people lost somebody who's dear to them. You check those 3, 4, 5 people who matter to you, all of them alive today. One more big smile? Hello? Will you or not? Alive. If suppose right now, we put a gun to your head, will you think it's a relief? No. You'll be terrorized, isn't it? So that's how precious it is to be alive, isn't it so? That's how precious it is for you to be alive. So tomorrow morning, 250,000 people died overnight, but you're still alive, does it not at least deserve a big smile, I'm asking you? And all the people who matter to you are all alive today. One more big smile, and you looked at your watch, it's 8:30, still alive. One more big smile, hello? I want you to understand this. This is not a damn watch ticking away. This is your life ticking away. Yes or no? As you sit here, you're 1.5 hours closer to your grave. Yes or no? You think, I went here, I went there, did this, I did that. As far as your body is concerned, it is going straight to the grave. If you do yoga, we can slow it down. But we're going. Yes or no? So, is it not… if you do not even… you're not even conscious of your aliveness, you're busy with your psychological drama, then how will you know anything about this life? You will know only the rubbish that other people have filled into your head. Pay attention to the life that you are. Life that you are is not the person that you are. The life, the fundamental life that you are, if you pay attention to this, everything that you want to know about life is right here, isn't it? If you are reading a book for inspiration, you want to read how Krishna did things to inspire yourself, please read. If you need inspiration, read it. But if you want to really walk the spiritual path, you have to turn inward, there is no other way.